You're listening to the Walt's World Podcast, brought to you by the Lost Bros Trading Co. Join your hosts, John and Kaylee, as they banter about all things Disney, including Disney parks, resorts, dining, fashion, and movies. They'll keep you up to date with the latest Disney news and rumors, and they'll share their best tips and insight to make sure you have the best Disney vacation possible. So to all who tune into this happy place, welcome. It's the Walt's World Podcast.
I'm your host, John, and with me, as she is every single Tuesday for the rest of my life, is my favorite friend, my favorite co-host. She's your friend, Kaylee.
I'm everybody's friend. I'm also your favorite Floridian. Let's get that straight.
No. I got so much crap from that. You have no idea how much crap I got from that one question on Instagram.
About Tim. Because I know you have a lot of
flack.
friends that live in Florida, so that's why I wanted to throw you under the bus like that. But hi, everyone.
So, Kaylee, today this is our second I Wish episode. And the first one got so much, people loved it. And so we thought, why not? Let's just do another one, because there's so many things. As Kaylee so lovingly put it before we started recording, there's so much crap that I want to fix at Walt Disney World. We could have 1,000 of these episodes. Only she didn't say crap.
Not that I want to fix or whatever.
Change.
Yeah.
There's things that we wish Disney would do, the things that we wish Disney would change or add. That's what this episode's all about. If you haven't listened to our other I Wish episode, head back over there and listen to that, because it was a good one. So we're just going to continue that with this episode too. So I wish Disney would. We've all got stuff we wish Disney would change or fix. Let us know what some things that you wish Disney would change, fix, add at the parks or the resorts. Or even in movies or shirts, that kind of stuff, clothing lines, pins. We're no holds barred here. We want Disney to change or fix different things. So let us know what you guys wish Disney would fix or change.
All right. Should I start us off with my first one?
Yeah.
Okay. If you listened to last week's episode, we talked about a Splash Mountain Funko coming.
Here we go.
So I know.
You get ready for the next 30 minutes of your life to be talked about Pop Funko.
Another banter of me talking about Funko, but whatever. I just love them. I want there to be one for every attraction. Can you imagine how amazing it would be? Or I guess I should restart my sentence. I wish there was a Funko Pop for every attraction at Walt Disney World. Okay, maybe not every attraction, because that's kind of far-fetched, but Space Mountain.
So cool. That would be so
Tower
cool.
of Terror.
Oh,
it would just be amazing. I know Haunted Mansion. I would not buy that one.
People Mover.
I think I would buy the People Mover one just because the little car is cool. I can't deny that little car that you ride in isn't cool.
And you can set your other pop figures inside of it, like they're riding the People Mover. Yeah, I know.
Maybe people who take theirs out of the box, but mine stay very nice and pristine. What else would be a cool Funko Pop? A safari one?
Jungle Cruise.
Can you imagine? Jungle Cruise.
That would be so cool.
I wish there was more ride theme ones. I know they're kind of slowly starting to bring them in, so maybe it will happen in the near future where they'll have some more coming out.
Tom Sawyer Island. It would just be a piece of land with nothing on it. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Country Bears. Oh my gosh. If there were Country Bear pop figures, shut your face. That would be amazing.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and the little dwarfs were in the little log thing that you ride. It would they could do so many good things. I can see it being really good, but
those
maybe
are
it'll
amazing.
Happen soon.
I just got hype a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
The Country Bears is what set me off on it.
I think
that'd be amazing.
I think I need to be a brand rep for Funko, because I'll just carry all their merchandise around all the time.
Or work in their creative department to come up with these ideas.
Yeah, but then I can't draw, so I would probably be useless. I'd be let me
just
think
the
of
idea
something
guy.
and you draw it up.
You're just the idea man. You're like, hey,
Or if they did,
Johnny, draw the country bears.
or if they did like at Disneyland, like the little Pixar Pier, like the Incredible Coaster, or the Fun Wheel, or it's called the Pal Around now. That would be amazing.
That's a great one.
would be
I wish
so
Disney
good.
would do that too. I just got really excited about it, even though it's not real. I just got really excited about it.
I think a lot of people would get excited over it because people are already so excited over Disney character pops, let alone like attractions. I think that would just be amazing. Like, you're welcome to Funko for giving you this amazing idea.
That would
Since
be
you're
so
going to
cool.
listen to our podcast and
Yes,
hear it.
they obviously they do. I mean, come on. We're that good. That was a really good one. I don't know how I'm going to top that. My first I wish Disney World, specifically I wish the Magic Kingdom, would remove the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse and replace that area with a Moana ride of some kind, whether it's a boat ride, Splash Mountain-esque kind of, or a combo of kind of like a Navi River Journey, Splash Mountain meets Gringotts roller coaster from Universal, something kind of like that. But Moana deserves her own ride at the Magic Kingdom in Adventureland.
I agree. Moana deserves some more love around the parks. The only time you really see her is at the Halloween party, which is horrible because I want to see her all the time. But I'm not sure how it would work with it being, because to get to Tom Sawyer Island, you have to ride the boat.
No, the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse.
Oh, the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Oh, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's a like cool little thing for kids to be able to like go and climb up.
If
you
it
get
was-
amazing views of like the castle and stuff in the park.
If it was like the one in Disneyland, the one in Disneyland is like Tarzan's. It's Tarzan's treehouse. So
Oh, yeah.
it's themed way better. Now, I love the Swiss Family Robinson movie. Like, that's one of the first movies I remember watching as Disney movies I remember watching as a kid. Like, I love that movie, the original one. But it's just taking up space that could be used. Now, granted, there's not a ton of space there because the Jungle Cruise kind of runs in that area a little bit, so they would have to be some reconfiguring of things. But I wish Disney would just give Moana a ride of some kind in that Adventureland area. She deserves it. It fits in that area.
I agree. And I completely agree that she does fit in that area. I know in the last I Wish episode, I mentioned putting a boat ride for her in It's a Small World, but I think that's a little bit better of an idea.
It's a much better idea.
Whatever it is, but
Because it was mine.
that's okay.
Because it was my idea. It'll probably never happen. It was
agree.
rumored about a volcano type ride with Moana. I just don't know where it's going to go because the Jungle Cruise takes up so much space of Adventureland on that side.
Right.
I don't know where it would go, but it's fun to
Can
think
you
about.
imagine if they took out Jungle Cruise?
They're not. They will never. They will
I would
never.
literally, I
I
would boycott so hard.
would boycott Disney.
I would not even go to Disney anymore. I'm just kidding.
They'll never end it because that was a Walt. That was a Walt thing. That'll stay forever.
I really feel like the rest of mine just suck. I was going to talk about the updating the monorails, but I saw somebody's Insta story recently where there was like an Incredibles monorail.
Yeah, they've put some like
Because I was saying I was wishing that they would update the monorails. I feel like our monorail system, they either need more monorails or like going to other places on property or updating them to where it doesn't feel like I'm walking into like a 1950s hospital elevator.
that's a very specific example.
I don't know. Like every time I go in there, I just feel like it looks like a hospital. I don't know. Maybe I'm insane. But so I saw the one with the Incredible like wrapping on it. But maybe if they did like a Marvel theme or just adding more tracks, I think would be amazing. I know it's kind of hard and maybe like a little far-fetched to take,
I think it's really,
able to
really
go to-
expensive.
It probably is to be able to go to Animal Kingdom, and I know Hollywood Studios is getting their own little like the system that's coming there, the transportation system that's coming
gondolas?
there. Yeah, the gondolas, which
Did you know those will not have air conditioning? They will not have air conditioning.
I'm not surprised though. I don't think there would be any way that would work unless they put like a little unit in each specific
It would
one.
be on every one, but can you imagine the middle of July riding in one of those without air conditioning?
Well, I think if it's like, it's probably just going to be like you and your party. Like, I don't think they're going to jam it as full as they do the
Still,
monorails.
They've got to move fast
know.
because you could have a heat stroke in one of those. It's like a hot box. Like, they just put you in there to basically sweat to death and you're going to die.
Well, then don't use it, John. Nobody says you have to ride in the
I'm
gondola.
not. Oh, I'm not. Well, I will, but I won't at the same time.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if there was a monorail that maybe connected, like, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, all that stuff. Because right now, like, really, you can get to Magic Kingdom and Epcot and the resorts. Like, I just need a little bit more. And not even every resort. I know it's probably expensive, but Disney can afford it, let's be honest. So let's step it up a little with that.
I don't know. They're spending like $1 billion for the 20th Century Fox rights, so they may not have any.
They're
money
going to
left.
make that back in, like, literally one movie. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
They're going to make that back very quickly. Just like I know they're putting in all that money into Galaxy's Edge and all that stuff. Literally, like, a year of admission into one of the parks, I'm sure can afford that. So it's fine. There's 4 parks. They can afford it.
There you go.
I just need to be on their creative team too. I'll just
know,
give them
you're just
all
so
the good
creative.
ideas and get paid for it.
Exactly. I mean, you're basically like the most creative person I know. Sarcasm.
Whatever.
I hope the sarcasm came through on that.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Hard. Slap me right in the face.
I wish the Magic Kingdom would update the Tomorrowland Speedway to a Wreck-It Ralph or Cars theme. So stay with me. So like Wreck-It Ralph, you had Vanellope, who was in the Candy Crush game, and they did racing. That was like the thing. They were racing, and all the racers had different color cars and themed cars. So why not retheme the Tomorrowland Speedway into like a Candy Crush car the cars? Basically, it's the same ride, except the cars are themed differently. Or into an actual Cars movie, theme the cars like the cars from Cars.
I'm like 110% down for it to be Wreck-It Ralph. The only reason I don't want it to be Cars is because I don't like, there's already so many similarities between Walt Disney World and Disneyland. You know, they have the Cars track type thing right over there that I've never been on, so it's hard for me to describe, obviously. But they have the Cars right over there. I don't think they should make it Cars theme. Wreck-It Ralph I can totally see, or I'm sure they could think of something else to kind of retheme it a little bit better. But I don't want to feel like I'm getting what I'm getting at Walt Disney World I can get at Disneyland, because that's definitely not the case in a lot of areas. Disneyland has some better stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm contradicting myself now, because sometimes I want some of the things that Disneyland has at Walt Disney World, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard because I could see it being great, and I love Cars and all that stuff. I don't know.
So they should.
It definitely needs a revamping.
I think
100%.
They should make them electric cars, because the one at Disneyland is electric. So that's going to cut down the smell. The smell is just like ungodly. There's like a hole in the ozone layer right above the Tomorrowland Speedway, somewhere above it, because of the smell.
That's probably facts.
Yeah, guaranteed.
That's legit.
I can't believe
facts.
they've not been like sued or like had some
Sued,
groups
I know.
come up against that. Turn them to electric cars. Also, have some kind of music or sounds pumped into the cars, like speakers in the car, so there's like sounds of like riders from the movie talking to you, or music from the movie, or whatever, something like that, to make it more than just like riding around in the blazing sun in this car and getting hit in the back by people.
I completely agree. They definitely need to be turned into electric, and I'm sure they can think of a really awesome theme to put it, whether it be Wreck-It Ralph or Cars or, you know, whatever. But 10 out of 10, it needs a revamp. I'm voting for it.
That's right. Let's go
got my
green.
vote.
If we're getting rid of plastic straws at Disney World, why can we not get rid of those gas guzzling go-karts in Tomorrowland?
Yeah, and that's like the only place that I can think of on property that's really that like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of like places on property that are destroying to the environment,
The buses.
but that's yeah, the buses. But that is just it's a lot to take in, seriously.
Yeah, I get a headache every time I walk through there. And it's so loud
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just let's change it.
It's honestly not even that fun either. Like maybe for little kids, but they can go ride go-karts and have much more fun somewhere else. Like these, you know, I don't know. Switch it up, please. Switch. And maybe they'll do that when they're closing for the Tron because they're redoing the track. So maybe they
Yeah.
will switch it up a little bit.
Probably not.
I think it would be very easy for them to retheme it.
You would think,
Or
but
switch to electric cars, like, you know, because it's not them having to start from the ground up. Like the bones are already there. I think it could be easy.
But it is Disney World we're talking about, and they are usually like 5-10 years behind what they should do. Like the monorails you're talking about, those should have been changed 10-15 years ago, but they've not been.
Right.
So
and this is going to trickle into my next one. They're stingy. They're so stingy about everything. Like, even I was at Disney Style, that shop in Disney Springs, and my aunt, who is a pass holder as well, was going to buy a shirt and she forgot her pass. So I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just show my pass. And she was like, no, like the cast member was like, no, the person buying it has to be the pass holder. And I'm like, well, she is a pass holder. She forgot her pass.
That's happened
But it's just one of
to
those,
us before.
like, you're just like, why are you being stingy? Like, I'm literally right. Like, what do you want me to do? Take her credit card and swipe it myself and say that, you know, like, that kind of bothered me. But so this is getting into my I wish everything was just a little bit more affordable, like literally $5 for a water bottle. And I know we said it's not legit $5, it's like $3, but I could
it's
get
still
a whole like
$3. It's crazy.
You could get almost a whole like case of water for $3.
Oh, Chris and I, when we go, we have Amazon Pantry send water to our resort before we get there. So, like for this time, for instance, this past time we had a case of water, 12 bottled water sent to Pop Century Resort where we stayed. It arrived the day that we got there. We picked it up. It literally was $7 with shipping. $7 for 12 bottled waters.
Right, like that's insane.
That's 2 bottled waters in the park.
Right.
Crazy.
It's insane. So just stuff like that. Like I understand, you know, it has Disney's name on it and so they like to hike up the price. But like it's already so expensive to get in, let alone to like want to buy your kids a toy and it's like upwards of $30. Like just a little ridiculous to me. I'm very grateful that I don't have children or people that I have to buy things for because I can't even imagine. Like seriously, kudos.
Yeah, you got to take out a small loan or a second mortgage on your house to be able to take your whole family to Disney World now. It's insane. I have a friend that
Seriously
just bought into, I was talking to recently, who just bought into DVC, and he was saying that when they did the tour, they gave them a $150 gift card for doing the DVC tour. So I've known this for a while, but I haven't talked about it on here, but you get fast passes, you get ice cream, and you get a $150 gift card for doing the DVC tour. So for those of you out there that go to Disney often, do the DVC tour at the beginning of your trip, set aside a couple hours to do that, get the gift card, get the fast passes, get the ice cream, and then go about your trip.
Get out.
Get out. Yeah, get out.
Get out.
So that's a free $150.
Unless you want to become a member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I have some other friends that literally they plan to get to the resort a couple hours earlier than they would have planned because they always do the DVC tour every time so that they can get the fast passes and the gift card.
Yeah, me and Cheddar Biscuits have never done that, but we're planning, you know, my family and I are going to Disneyland for my birthday and just planning that and like seeing how expensive the tickets are. And then we're not even staying on property. We're staying at one of their Good Neighbor hotels because it's so ridiculously insane to be able to get like 2 rooms for just, the week that we're going. And then the tickets and food and all of that, it's a lot. Like I think going here, like Cheddar Biscuits and I take for granted that like we can go to Magic Kingdom and we don't even have to eat because we can eat at home before we go and eat at home again when we come back,
Yeah.
But there's like so many people there that are shelling out so much money that, I mean, they either have or they don't have, honestly, but I'm sure they're doing it for their kids, regardless of if it's going to hurt them or not. So it's just insane that, Disney takes advantage like they do. And even like only that one time a year they do where annual pass holders can get like their friends and family discounted tickets, park hopper tickets. Like that should be like an all year thing. The fact that like I can't get my family discounted Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tickets without me having to go is just kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah, Universal does that though. They allow annual pass holders to get discounted tickets for friends and family. That's something that they do.
Right.
That's nice.
Right. And Disney only does it that one. And it's only that like 1 month a year that they do it. It's not even like a significant amount of time. So it's a little bit frustrating. Like I said, I think me and Cheddar Biscuits take for granted, and planning this trip to Disneyland with my family has definitely put things in perspective, especially when you calculate airfare and all that, people flying in to come.
Mm-hmm. Or
it's
driving.
crazy.
I mean,
right.
Chris and I usually fly down to Orlando because there's a direct flight from Knoxville, here where we live, or in Sanford, which is basically Orlando, with Allegiant Air. So it's cheaper.
No, it's not.
So it's cheaper than flying Delta or American or whatever. But you've got, that 45-minute drive to Orlando from the airport, which is kind of inconvenient. We've driven once. It was fun. It was good. It was fun. We rented a car and did it because we didn't want to put the miles on our car. So there was a cost there that probably actually turned out to be about the same.
Price of your tickets?
Yeah, if we had flown. So, it's to each his own. I think, for me, we always drove when I was a kid. We always drove to Florida because it was, it's only like 8-9 hours away. 10 hours away, I guess. But, there's memories with that too, but yeah, it just doesn't seem very fair, honestly.
It doesn't. I mean, I think they could make things a lot more affordable around the parks for sure, but that probably will not happen, and it will probably just keep going up and up and up. So
of course it will.
I'm sorry to everybody. I feel bad. Like I honestly just feel bad. Like I said, we take for granted being here because there's people that would kill to be able to come all the time. And it's unfortunate that they can't, because that was why all this was created. Like, this is why all this was thought of, because, to celebrate kids and family and friendship and all of that.
You're going to make me cry.
I think Walt would be a little disappointed in how
corporate it's gotten.
Money consumed the corporate has come.
Yeah.
A
I wish.
little depressing note,
Yeah,
but
let's turn that frown upside down and head over to Animal Kingdom. I wish, and this is going to make you mad, Kaylee, probably. I wish they would turn Dinoland USA into Zootopia. So animals would fit.
Are they
the
going to
theming.
change the Dinoland ride?
Oh, I'm getting there.
The dinosaur ride?
I'm getting there.
No, I don't like it already.
So Dinoland USA, take all that weird fair stuff out. Zootopia, the characters would fit in perfectly because they're animals, and it's Animal Kingdom, not Dinosaur Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. And change the dinosaur ride into a police chase with Officer Hops.
A police chase?
Yeah, like you're in the
She's not
police car
even-
with her, and you're chasing.
And
a
what is she
perp.
chasing? The guy that stole the little...
Flower
What did
things?
he steal?
Those
Did he
little
steal-
night blossom things? Night howlers or whatever.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be that. They could be chasing, a perpetrator of some kind in general, because you've got all those lands that they could go through, the tundra lands and the rainforest land and all those different areas that you could chase through to get to the, to catch the perpetrator, that kind of thing. I don't know. I think it would be cool. I think it would fit perfectly in Animal Kingdom. I think it would be a huge hit with people, kids and adults alike.
I can see it being a huge hit, but I would be really upset if they changed Dinosaur, because that's one of my favorite rides on property. Hands down.
It's fun, but I think that you could have another ride in addition to, to Dinosaur with Zootopia involved in it.
If they just, maybe it was like a police, not like a police chase, but maybe like Judy ran the, little trip that you do to get the dino. That would be cool.
That would make no sense at all. Why would she be trying to find a dinosaur?
Well, why do you want to change my favorite ride? Or one of my favorite
And because
rides?
it's the whole land. The whole land takes Dinosaur down, though. That's the thing. Like, the fair part is so creepy.
No, I definitely think if you're changing Dinoland, it should be Wakanda, like I talked about in my last I Wish episode, because I think Wakanda would fit there very nicely.
Don't you think Zootopia would fit better?
No.
Wouldn't Wakanda
Absolutely
be
not.
very much like Pandora in terms of having technology meet nature? So it's kind of the same thing, just...
Well, you know what? There's a safari there already, so Zootopia is already happening.
Oh my gosh.
Either way, there's already things happening. You're just trying to bother me on purpose now.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
So my next one, we'll keep on the topic of Wakanda and Marvel and all that stuff. I want Marvel character meet and greets at the parks. Like, hello, Black Panther, Captain America, whoever. I don't even care who it is. I just want to meet
you
them.
Can name.
Yeah, no.
Black Panther, Captain America. That's
I don't
about
even like Captain, so
What?
I could do without him.
it. You shut your mouth.
He's like my least favorite.
Shut your mouth. Shut it.
He's what can he do? What can he benefit to the Avengers?
Patriotism.
No. That's not good enough. Everybody else has things that they can do. All he can do is fight on the ground and throw a shield.
What can Iron Man do?
What do you mean? Iron
He's
Man
just
can
a rich
fly.
guy.
Iron Man has amazing strength.
He doesn't. His suit does. He doesn't. Tony Stark does
fine.
not. It's the same concept.
You said Iron Man. Iron Man and Tony Stark are two
gosh.
different things.
Well, who do you think is
You
in
didn't
the-
ask me what can Tony Stark do.
Holy
But
moly.
anybody who went into that suit could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is Iron Man. Iron Man is the suit, so you can get out of here with that.
He and Batman are both the worst superhero characters.
No, Batman and Captain America are the worst.
Oh my gosh. Captain America was
Absolutely.
genetically modified to be
No,
a war
well, not
killing
good
machine.
enough because he's not great.
He is great. How dare you?
He's not. I don't need him.
Are you a Nazi? Because you hate America, obviously.
I love America.
red, white,
I
and
don't
blue.
love Captain America.
Apple pie. You hate America.
I love apple pie. Whatever. Captain America has nothing to do with America. Just because the word America is in his name
And he's a
doesn't mean
captain.
anything.
Be respectful.
A captain of what? A captain
Of America.
not bringing anything good to the table? That's what he's the
He
captain
basically
of.
won World War II on his own. You're welcome for your freedom, Kaylee. You're welcome.
Okay, good thing that's fictional.
Is it? Is it? Ask Tommy Lee Jones if that's fictional.
Who?
Never mind. People who watch Captain America and get it, they'll understand that reference.
Yeah, I don't even waste my time watching him
Oh
because
Captain America.
I can literally fight just as good as him. Give me a shield and I could be him or better.
I'm not even going to address that. Captain America, the first Captain America movie, is the best Marvel movie ever made.
Oh my god, please tell me, somebody better comment on the post we make about this and literally just tear you up, because that is definitely not the best Marvel movie. You
It
are
is.
literally ludicrous.
It's the first. It's the best.
Ludicrous.
The best.
Stop
Then
it.
what is? What's the best one?
Stop it.
What's
right
the best
now.
one?
I don't have a best
Iron
one because I
Man
love
3.
all of them for different reasons. Definitely not Iron Man 3. But I'm talking like I love all of them. Infinity
Thor
War was
2,
amazing.
it's so good.
I loved Captain America Civil War. I thought that was a great movie.
It was okay.
I love that one. I love Spider-Man. They're all good. I just
Spider-Man
don't think that
was
the
really
first
good,
Captain
I'm not
America is the
gonna lie.
best. Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man Homecoming was amazing. So you can get out of here with Captain America, the first one, being the best Marvel movie, because that's absolutely false. And you're on something if you think that's true.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
I really hope, please somebody comment. Multiple people need to comment and question his dignity because I don't get it.
Not backing down. Sorry. Never going to change my opinion. Never, ever,
I
ever.
don't even want to continue this episode because you just made me so mad because that just literally blows my mind that you think that's the best Marvel movie. Insane.
It's got my favorite female character as well, Peggy Carter.
I don't care.
Evelyn,
It's not good.
my wife. Evelyn. That's Evelyn from Christopher Robin. Is Peggy Carter. She's the same actress.
Again, not relevant to the
Totally
fact that
relevant.
Captain America brings nothing to the Avengers. So
Okay, just go on with
Goodbye.
your next stupid one.
no, that was my one. I just said my one about
that's
meeting
right.
Marvel
That's
characters
right.
at the parks.
That does need to happen, though.
Not Captain.
That does need to happen. And not crappy, like Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, where you can meet Captain America and Spider-Man. Let me just tell you this. They are not in character when you meet them. I was talking...
Absolutely not.
When I met Captain America, I was like, oh, he's going to be in character. I'm going to talk like Captain America stuff to him. And I was like, hey, tell Bucky hey for me. And he's like, who? I was like, are you freaking kidding me, dude?
Bucky?
Your best,
Isn't it Buckeye?
Your best friend, Bucky. Your best friend. You don't even know who. You're the worst. That's what I'm saying to that guy. He was horrible. Krista was like, how's Peggy doing? He's like, who? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, are you even, why do you even have that job?
Because he knows. He doesn't even waste his time
'Cause he's an
watching the movie
idiot.
because he knows that he sucks.
So if it's good interactions where they're actually in character, then awesome. I'm all about it. Give me all the Marvel superheroes.
Since Disney has never disappointed when it comes to characters being... there's been a couple times where I'm like, seriously, I could do better
Some
than
of the
that.
Star-Lords I've met are pretty horrible.
Right. But
Really bad.
I think...
Like Star-Lord
Star-Lord
let himself go.
I feel like there's potential for them to be really good. It's like you lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink.
Yeah, that
so
would
we'll
be
see.
Hollywood Studios. If they were anywhere, they would be somewhere in Hollywood Studios. They need a
And it would be
Marvel.
great.
I wish Disney would make a Marvel area at Hollywood Studios. I know they're doing it at Disneyland,
Oh, I second guess that.
at Disneyland, but I wish they would do that.
I second guess. I second that.
And I can't believe I'm going to
100%.
say this, but I wish that they would change the Indiana Jones show. It hurts me to even say that. To
Doesn't hurt me one bit.
to like a Marvel superhero stunt show thing, but it's legit.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I think that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I would watch that.
But
100%.
it would really hurt to see that show go. It would really
No,
hurt.
it wouldn't hurt me at all because it's crappy. So next for me is Pixar Fest at Walt Disney World. And I know I talked earlier about not wanting everything to be the same at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I want there to be differences. But I mean, they both have the Halloween party. Walt Disney World has it, Disneyland has it. So I feel like this is kind of the same thing. It's just like a time of year when they have this little fest going on, just like the Disneyland started the miniature food and wine. So I want it. It looks amazing. And then they brought back the Paint the Night Parade, which they didn't necessarily bring it back, but it's kind of like very similar to the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Well, the electrical parade is there
like-
now. Or it was there at
Right.
some point.
Well, it was there and it's not
Okay, they stopped now.
anymore. I think they switched. They did the Paint the Night, which I'm saying is the same thing as far as like electric like that, and it's at night and it's all lit up type deal. Not that it's the same parade at all. They were very different, but
Rest in peace, electrical parade.
But I want that little fest here. I feel like Disneyland is really stepping up with their Pixar in general. And I think we need to get on their level with a little bit more
Where would you want it
Pixar
at?
stuff.
What park would you want that to happen at?
Probably, I was going to say probably Hollywood, but I feel like everything's happening at Hollywood then. But I feel like it needs to at the same time because Hollywood, it's like about the movies. I don't know. I think Hollywood would probably be the best spot for something like that. And they don't really have, the only park that has any sort of parades is Magic Kingdom. So
They used to.
It would be nice for
Hollywood Studios used to have parades.
it would be nice for them to have one as well. And I think that would be really cool if they did Paint the Night, or even if they just brought a parade back. Like, I wish they brought more parades to the parks aside from Magic Kingdom, They could do with all the Marvel characters that we're talking about, Toy Story Land, Star Wars. That would be such a cute little parade to have.
For sure.
Hollywood.
There's a rumor going around about a parade at Epcot, actually, that would go around the World Showcase. That would kind of be incorporated into whatever the new fireworks thing's going to be whenever Illuminations is gone in a couple years. That is a rumor going around about a parade in Epcot. So
We'll see.
yeah, there's been parades at Epcot before. I just think that that's not going to happen because of some of those spaces are really tight.
I
Especially when
agree.
the
And
booths
if
are out
you
there.
have a lot of people waiting on the sides to watch it, it's going to take up even more room in like the little space that they already have. So
Totally.
I don't know. I think, we just need more Pixar things, whether it's the Pixar Fest, whether it's something like the Paint the Night Parade, whatever it may be. Walt Disney World needs to kind of step up their Pixar game because Disneyland, I feel like, really outdid themselves with the Incredible Coaster and all that stuff.
Well, speaking of Incredibles, I wish Disney would have a roller coaster type ride for the Incredibles. Now, if you've seen the new Incredibles movie, there's a scene in the movie that would be perfect for a roller coaster type ride, whether it's like a Gringotts type ride or like a Spider-Man or Transformers type motion ride at Universal. The scene in the second Incredibles is when the kids take the Incredicoaster and they have to escape the superheroes who had been like hypnotized or whatever by Screenslaver. Like they're going like flying backwards and driving fast and then on the water. Like that just to me like screamed ride to me. That would be a really cool ride where like you're in the car in the Incredicar and they're driving or something like that. Whether that's a motion ride of some kind or a mix of coaster and motion ride. But I think that would be awesome for like Tomorrowland or Hollywood Studios.
I 100% agree with that. And it would be different than Disneyland, which I think is good too. Like it would be Walt Disney World stepping up their Pixar, but not taking the same ride that's already at Disneyland to Walt Disney World, which I like the idea of that a lot.
Yeah, I do too. You could have all the characters involved somehow. The new characters, the standby characters, Frozone and Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, all those.
Oh, they couldn't have the
day.
Screenslaver involved though, because people would get hurt.
Right. But they could be escaping, villains of some kind, whether it's the Underminer or some other villains that have come out, or maybe it is a Screenslaver, but it's just not. They don't have the flashing stuff or something.
It's just like the hypnotic type thing.
Yeah.
That would be
Fun.
so fun. I think if they did it like Gringotts, a mixture of like screen and little indoor roller coaster, or even if they just did it all screen like Transformers or Spider-Man at Universal and Islands Adventure, that would be so fun.
I think so. I love that idea. That's probably my favorite idea of all of these that I have written down.
I think that's I could picture that like actually being a possibility, like the Moana ride. Like I can see it being a possibility, but I'm not quite sold on it yet. Like that one I'm pretty sold on. It would be
awesome because it was especially with Incredibles being such a huge hit, the new movie and everything, it just seems like it would be perfect. It would fit perfect with now.
Right.
But of course, like I said, Disney World's 5-10 years behind, so it'll probably never happen. Don't get your hopes up, kids.
Or it'll happen like when Incredibles is irrelevant. So.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it for this episode of the Walt's World Podcast, our second I Wish episode. I love these because it's kind of like you get to like dream a little bit and play Imagineer a little bit too. It's kind of fun. I hope you guys could play along with us. What are some things you wish Disney would change or add or fix? Let us know what those are. Email us, waltzworldpodcast@gmail.com, or shoot us a message on Instagram @waltzworldpodcast. We'd love to hear from you guys and hear what you guys wish Disney would do. So with that, I'm John.
And I'm Kaylee. We'll see you next week.